Hello and welcome to the Gary Dunn Show. I'm Gary Smith, and I'll be taking you through everything Vulcan football for this past weekend, joined as always by Coach Dunn. And Coach, there used to be a saying in Pittsburgh, Joe said it would, we might need to make you a weatherman.
I'll tell you.
Coach Dunn says it would because, again, higher than normal temperatures and beautiful weather this past weekend, and it looks like beautiful weather this coming weekend.
We'll take it. Usually we get to the end of the season and we're all bundled up out there at practice, and we had shorts on last night at our workout, and looking forward to getting back out there today. But great weather in Erie. When the schedule comes out and you're playing in Erie in late October, you wonder if you're going to be playing in a foot of snow. But great weather on Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to have to get you in front of that green screen before the end of the season. But yeah, we talked about it last week's show. Last trip to Mercyhurst was a longer than anticipated or expected trip. But this time, beautiful weather. It was about 62, 63 degrees, sunny, perfect weather for football. And your team got off the bus and just business as usual.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. I talked with the team yesterday. I thought offensively we probably played our most complete game. We ran the ball effectively. We threw the ball. We were really balanced. We broke some big runs and then had some big pass plays. So was really happy. We overcame some penalties. We had a couple holding calls, and anytime you get to 2nd and 20, 3rd and 15, those are hard to overcome, but we executed and played well, and then we played well in the red zone. So thought offensively, very efficient day. Noah Mitchell had a good day. Malik McGriff and Devontae Williams both had good days. And then Jaquay had some good plays. So, overall, I thought we spread the ball around well, and I thought it was an efficient day offensively.
And I tell you what, the Mercer Stadium is a very small stadium, and we're media-wise, we're literally right on top of the field. So a lot of times I don't get a chance as a fan to really see what's going on, but it just seemed like you had their defense on their heels the entire day. Some of the slant patterns, Noah could have probably passed it to 5 or 6 different guys.
Yeah, we were, like I said, we were efficient. I think we scored on every possession in the first half. I wasn't happy with the 2-minute drill at the end of the half. We ended up having to settle for a field goal. But still, anytime you put points on the board was good. I think we scored 30 points in the first half and scored on each of our possessions. I think we had 5 possessions. So that was, I was pleased with the way we played, but we still got some things we got to clean up. And obviously, we'll talk about it here in a little bit. Going to go against a really good defense this week. And
you said, Jaquay Jackson had, I think, 7 or 8 catches in the first quarter, had a great game. But Cam Tarrant is the answer to a trivia question. Who's the third Vulcan to throw a touchdown pass in 2022?
Cam Tarrant.
Just a great play. Great play call and a great time.
Yeah, it was a good call by Coach Salisbury, right at the right spot. We've been working it for a couple of weeks, and it's based off a reverse we've been running all year. So it was, good execution. Cam, I thought from the sideline, my angle, I thought it was an interception because he underthrew it a little bit. So we got to get his arm a little bit stronger to keep throwing that deal. But, just overall happy with the way we executed.
And not to take anything from Jaquay Jackson. He's another trivia answer, wide receiver with another rushing touchdown. I think was keeping the stat guys very busy with, you guys had different guys doing something. Noah's running all over the play. We got people on the offensive side.
A little bit. Yeah, that was the same play we had scored at Clarion on, was the loop play to Jaquay, and he did a nice job outrunning some guys. We didn't block it exactly right. We kind of had a missed assignment, and there actually pulled a guard on it, and he fell. And then another guy, but Jaquay was able to get to the corner of the end zone for a big touchdown.
No, on the other side of the ball, your defense is going against a familiar, although it's been a while, but familiar quarterback, Brian Alsabrooks, formerly of the Vulcans, and the defense did a great job keeping him on the run for 60 minutes.
Yeah, really was pleased with the way our defense played. I thought we played really, really well. I think we held them to -7 yards rushing after the sack total comes off. I think they had 237 yards, but the thing I talked to our defense about yesterday was the big play. If we take the 2 big plays out that we give up, we hold them to 127 yards. We've got to stop giving up explosive plays. Now, give Mercyhurst credit. The kid made a nice play on the ball, and then the screen they had set up really nice. We coach on that to do a better job of our angles and our tackling and things like that. But I thought the defense was dominant all day. When you take those 2 big plays out of the game, we give up 6 points in the second half, and that's really it.
And the third and sometimes often overlooked part of the team's special teams, solid again, a blocked extra point, and punt game was solid, even though I was a little worried at halftime. I didn't know if the punter made it on the bus because didn't see him at all in the first half.
Yeah.
But a couple field goals, and that's not an easy place to kick. With
No,
the winds
that win was something. But yeah, I thought our special teams won the day. I would say 2 weeks ago, we really challenged our guys special teams week our special teams wise this week. Gerald Brown was the one that blocked the kick, made a nice play, and skimmed the gap there and blocked the kick, which was a big kick at that moment because we had missed an extra point because of the wind. So I thought that was good. I thought our punt team was good. Kickoff team, we started a little slow, but then I think we pinned them inside the 20 a few times. So special teams overall, Cam Tarrant made great decisions in our punt return game and got some positive yards there. So special teams, I thought, had probably one of our best days special teams wise.
And him returning punts in that win, that's, you're sitting there, it's not going to show up in the stat sheets, but making that the right choice to either catch it or let it bounce because it's hard to tell on the broadcast just how windy it was. I mean, it was a swirling wind. It's an eerie wind, even though it was a warm wind for this time of year, but it still was swirling.
Yeah, that was part of the deal. Before the game, we're deciding, okay, which way do we want to kick, and we end up losing the toss. So I told the one official, I said he did exactly what I was going to do. They deferred, and then they took the wind. So we were playing into the wind in the first quarter. The second quarter, we obviously had it with us, but I just thought it was a good day. I thought our guys prepared well. I thought we traveled well. I thought we got off the bus ready to play. First possession offensively, we go straight down and score. Which is deflating when you defer and kick off, and then you give up a touchdown drive. That's like, well, why the heck didn't we take the ball? But I thought overall, it was a good day for Vulcan football.
When speaking of traveling well, once again, great fan support. It was they were tailgating pretty well because we looked up at the right around the opening kickoff and we're in the booth and like, where is everybody? We saw a lot more red and black in the parking lot, but when they filled in, I mean, it felt like Adamson Stadium North.
Yeah, it was a good crowd. Our parents are doing a tremendous job. We had a couple alumni up there. It's great for us when we go on the road. It's now, again, I'm not disappointed we're at home the next 2 weeks. Towards the end of the year, the travel and the hotels, but. Yeah, great crowd up there in Erie.
Well, let's see what the crowd was cheering about this Saturday at Erie, and let's look at the highlights from this past weekend's action at Mercyhurst. When we come back, we'll preview this coming week's opponent, the Gannon Golden Knights. You're watching the Gary Dunn Show right here on CUTV.
Oh, hand off to McGriff. They're going to go with the double reverse here. Aaron Tarrant's going to throw it. It finds Jackson on the near side for a touchdown for the Vulcans. A hand off to McGriff. He's going to stumble forward. We're breaking it in. Touchdown, Vulcans. Austin Brooks fakes the handoff, looking downfield. It's going to let it fly downfield. And almost down the sideline and in for a touchdown, Lakers. Double end around on the Jackson. Jackson on the far side. Dives, gets the pylon. There's screen pass and caught. And he's got a lot of room to run. And as the Vulcans send the blitz, he's in the open field. Across the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Lakers. And the Vulcans are going to hand it off and touchdown on Vulcan. And this time, Deontay Williams with it. Alsterbrook drops back, looking for a man. He's going to roll, fires in the back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, home Lakers. Finds a man and Tarrant into the end zone. Touchdown, Vulcans. Two tight end set. Hands it off to McCann. McCann's going to rumble forward. Touchdown, Vulcans.
More attractions. More fear. Survive the clowns in Twisted Nightmare 3D. Experience more scares than ever before. Haunted Hills Estate Scream Park returns September 9th. Get your tickets now at hauntedhillsestate.com.
Play fake. Slab, and that's going to be a pick. And there it is. We said something had to give, and now California has a chance to take it. Pick 6 for the second straight week. Touchdown for the Vulcans. Play action. Slant wide open. Touchdown Vulcans. Chiquay Jackson. 6 on the board for the Vulcans. Pass. Rolls to his right. Fires downfield, and it's going to be picked. And that's another interception for the Vulcans. That is Micah Tillman. And here we are, 2nd and goal. Noah goes to his right, throws the back of the end zone. Touchdown Vulcans, wide open. Jackson Daugherty for the Vulcan touchdown. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So Anthony Bico, Mr. Reliable, will put 3 more on the field for the Vulcans. Make it 24-3. Mitchell looking left, fires in the flat, pass is complete, breaks the tackle. Tarrant at the 10, 5, touchdown. California. Cam Tarrant breaks out of everything, and that is going to be another touchdown for the Vulcans.
And welcome back to the Gary Dunn Show. That was highlights from Mercyhurst and also last year's game against Gannon. And Coach, before we look ahead, we're going to finish up this past weekend's action. Let's look at the scoreboard from the PSAC. We talked about Kyle Mercyhurst 44-20. Biggest game of the year in the conference, or biggest game of the week in the conference this past weekend was IUP Gannon. Gannon winning 43-36 at home over the Crimson Hawks. Seton Hill breaking out for 45 points over Edinburgh, 45-14, then Slippery Rock 31 and Clarion nothing. And then over in the East, Westchester put up a 50-burger, 58-10. Kutztown gets by Millersville 20-13. Shepherd puts up another 50-burger against Bloomsburg 55-10. And East Stroudsburg gets by Ship 23-16. If we take a real quick look at the PSAC standings over in the East, Shepherd in control like normal in the West. 3 teams at 5-1, Cal 4-2, and a lot to play for this weekend. And you know, despite being a game behind, this game this weekend is a very big game for both Cal and Gannon. Gannon has a chance to. It's an outside shot to reach the PSAC title game, but their playoff hopes are a lot in line, and it's going to be a.
Yeah, Gannon's playing really, really good football. Huge win for them against IUP. Really good football game. I think it ended up being 43-36. A lot of big plays in that game, but they're playing really well. They kind of offensively, they're very balanced. They run for over 100 yards each week. They got 2 tailbacks that are a little bit different. They're both really good players. They got some explosive receivers, and they got a big quarterback that's doing a nice job. You flip it over to defense. They run a little bit different defense, similar to Mercyhurst. I told the guys yesterday, similar to Mercyhurst, but totally different.
Okay. And
they all started laughing. They're an odd front. They're really good up front. Everything really starts for them up front. They're athletic in the secondary. They bring a lot of pressure. They're doing a really nice job. They're not 7-2 by accident. They've won. They've won some games. I think they've gotten better each week. They lost a couple, but I think they've gotten better each week. They got a lot of confidence right now, and they're going to come in here ready to play. So I told our guys we got to match their energy.
And we were in the press box talking about BSing about football. And we're talking with the Mercyhurst people. They said that quarterback is something special and a difference maker.
Yeah, he's had a tremendous year. He's a big kid. He can run a little bit. He's not fast, but he's elusive. He's hard to bring down, and he is really throwing the ball well. And they got some weapons on the outside. And
that's going to be this Saturday at noon at Adamson Stadium. And Coach, is as a coaching staff and as a team, or I guess not as a team playing whatever, but as a coaching staff, I mean, is it more desirable to play a team after a huge win coming in here, or is it desirable a huge loss? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I don't think it really matters. Their coaches are doing a tremendous job, and I'm sure they'll have them ready to play. it's one of those deals where in this league you got to line up every week. And we talked about Seton Hill. We had a tough game up there a couple weeks ago, and then they go out and explode. Each week it's a different week. What last week has really no bearing on what's going to occur this week. It's just you got to be ready to play, and you got to. For us, it's about our preparation. We got to have a great week of practice. Their defense is a little bit different, so we got to make sure we're playing assignment football. And then, defensively for us, we got to eliminate explosive play. That's kind of been our bugaboo all year is giving up big plays, because when our defense is rolling, they're really good. But when we give up a big play, it kind of tends to obviously lead to bad things. So, it's going to be a good football game, and I'm excited for it.
And this time of year, practice and prep, is it same as it was week one, or is it a chance to maybe get some guys healthy or back off?
Yeah, we've cut it back a little bit. I was talking with one of our freshmen this morning. It's a grind. I don't think I figured it out. It was 80-some days since I had a day off, and the players feel that. So you can't practice the same early in the season as you do late in the season. So we kind of back off. We cut it a little bit. Today we're going to compete a little bit at practice. We didn't last week just because some of the weather last week, and we had some guys banged up. But we're going to compete today to start practice out and kind of get them rolling. But we do have cut practice back, maybe a little less contact than you do, at the beginning of the year. So it's you got to find that balance where you're working smart.
And we kind of mentioned a little bit at the top of the show about last 2 weeks of the regular season at home. Mentally, that's got to be great, knowing that you don't have to worry about buses, don't have to worry about hotels, don't have to worry about where you're going to eat, when you're going to eat. You're at home, can kind of relax a little bit and just know that all that external stuff is going away for the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely, it's great to be at home. For our guys to get up and go to class in the morning, and then we lift 2 days a week, then we practice every day but Sunday or Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's their day off, but they got to go to treatments with our athletic trainer. So it's a grind for those guys. So a chance to play at home and really go out and finish the season strong is what we're looking forward to.
We're looking forward to seeing a lot of red and black in the stands this Saturday. Weather looks about 70 degrees. Like I said, Coach Dunn said it would. Right at high noon, we got to get people in the stands over for the tailgate. So set your clocks 15 minutes ahead.
There you go.
And then 2 in the morning, set it back an hour. Sunday's going to be rough for everybody.
Yeah.
But, get in the stadium.
Sunday's a day of rest. So.
That's true.
Right,
That's true. Before we go, we're going to look at the rest of the schedule in the PSAC. In the West, Cal Gannon, as we talked about, Edinburgh travels to Slippery Rock, Clarion travels to IUP, Mercyhurst travels to Seton Hill, and over in the East, Westchester traveling to Kutztown, Shippensburg traveling to Lock Haven, Shepherd traveling to East Stroudsburg, and Millersville traveling to Bloomsburg. But once again, high noon on Saturday, a big game. Like I said, get in the stadium about 11:40. Get your seats.
There you go.
See the coin toss, see the band, see everybody come out. But it's a huge game. Come on out. Like I said, weather looks good. Any last words to get people into the stadium?
Yeah, just we're a fun team to watch. Come on up and enjoy the tailgate, but get in the stadium early, and it's going to be a great day. Pretty soon here, we're going to all be inside for the winter. So what a great day to get outside and enjoy some fall weather. And
I know I might get there early and take a lap around. I didn't get a chance to take a lap around the tailgate for homecoming, but look like the food selections in the parking lot this year are great. But come on out. If you can't be there, if you get a note from the doctors or just can't make it, CUTV has you covered on the CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and the PSAC app. So for Coach Dunn, I'm Gary Smith. We'll see you next week. You're watching The Gary Dunn Show right here on CUTV.